All right, let's do this shit again. I guess I'm just not gonna learn. So, as I was driving home today, and there's already enough stuff for me to get upset about driving home in a 3-lane highway, not even a highway, in a 3-lane route, whatever. Everybody seems to always try to pair up and block anybody from going in front of them for some weird reason. So even if you have a little space, they kind of speed up every time when you try to go around them, and it's just like, dude, if you, I don't need to get in front of you. I just need you to move a little faster. And if there's 3 lanes, why do 3 cars gotta be together every single day? So yeah, this is already annoying. But in my way strolling home, I've noticed that a little bit of what I said yesterday, seen it again. I'm passing some nice looking restaurants, and they were like dead. They were dead. There was like no cars in park. It was pretty dead. But and then, you pass by little fast food places, even like Taco Bell, and this place was packed. I'm talking about Taco Bell was jamming. The drive-thru was fully packed, and on top of that, the parking lot was fully packed. I mean, I'm just like, okay, this is what it is. In a Saturday, Taco Bell is the place to go, I guess. That's what it is. Not the nice restaurants over here. Taco Bell. That's what it is. It's fine. And I don't care. Look, it is what it is. And that's one little thing that I wanted to point out today. Even though I say some people tell me places are busy. Yes, places are busy. And some places are because they're new. I get it. And but at the end of the day, the restaurant business is not what it was 3 years ago. I think I was a little bit in the bubble because I feel like it was even worse than what I thought it was. Now that I'm out of my bubble, I was making excuses and assuming certain things, certain problems. But now that I'm out and actually, not in my bubble, it seems like it could be a little bit worse. People the complaints that I hear are just, I don't know. It just seems worse. I could be wrong. Look, I've only been out of my little bubble for 2 weeks, so that could also be, shell shocked. I don't know, but it doesn't seem like it was when I got into my bubble. That's a better way of saying it. When I got into my bubble and I opened up my restaurant, I had been in the business already for over 20 years. And now that I'm out of my bubble or out of my restaurant, it's nothing like what it was when I was in that, when I was working in other restaurants before. It's just not. I don't care what you say. It's just not, or at least this is not my experience. At least let's just say that. So one thing that, look, the restaurant I'm working at, I'm here to make changes and this and that. Why is it that this whole this is a whole thing about substitutions and modifications? And one of the things that I guess I can't necessarily control right now with the menu that we have is the number of modifications and changes to the menu. Modifications, changes, substitutions. It's mind-boggling how almost every single ticket has a couple things that got to be changed. Some things are okay, I get it. Some things are fine. You know what? I don't want French fries. Can I get coleslaw? Or I don't want French fries. Can I get, mashed potatoes? Whatever. Those are not so, those are just normal stuff, right? I don't like French fries. That's fine. But I'm getting modifications or substitutions that change the whole dish over and over and over and over again. And it's frustrating as a chef that every single ticket it's like a little bit of a novel. I gotta read a bunch. Every item is modified some way. I feel like the servers are going to the table and saying, "Hello, my name is such and such. I'll be your server for the day. What will you be having? Oh, how can I modify this dish for you?" We love to modify dishes because every single ticket that comes in is modified some way or another. So I don't know. I'm in a bubble. This is one of the things that I did not allow in my restaurant. And I think I did a video about it before. The only modifications that I allowed were, like I said, like French fries, stuff, very simple stuff. Or somebody was dietary allergy restrictions. That's the only stuff. Over the years, I learned that most of the times that people do complain about dishes, a lot of the times is modifications are done, and then they complain, and you like, well, that's kind of the way you asked for it. It come one way, you didn't want it the way it came, and now you complaining, and that has not changed. The few complaints that we get it has to do with something with the modification. Sometimes, don't get me wrong, the complaint is that we miss the modifications because there's so many damn modifications on a ticket. And maybe it's just because I've been in a bubble. And before I even got in my bubble, I don't remember this number of modifications that is going on. Yeah, I don't know. So, let me, when you go out to eat and you order food, are you looking for modifications? And I'm talking to my peoples that, support me and follow me. And I'm assuming you guys are interested in the restaurant business or just interested in food in general. Do you at least let or give a chance of the way the food is supposed to be prepared, or do you are looking to change dishes when you go out? I think some of the stuff is trying to be hacks, that they're trying to change it to get more food for the same price. Sometimes it looks like that, and I can kind of call them out, and I'm like, no, you got to ring this up this way, because they're literally changing this dish for this other dish, but just asking you with this dish. It sounds effed up, but it happens more than you think. It really does. That they'll just substitute it to a point that you like, yeah, they're trying to make another dish, and I know what dish they're trying to make, and they're trying to make it through this other dish so they can get this other dish, and we have that same dish in the restaurant, but they are trying to get it through another dish so they can pay less. It happens. Look, you have a lot of customers, a big restaurant. The majority of people don't do that extreme, but the modification stuff is just one of the things that is accepted in this restaurant, and this, I guess, is a me problem for now. And again, there's always going to be modifications. There's always going to be some form of modification, substitutions here and there. I just wish, and hopefully we are able to do it in steps to, one of the steps is going to be change the menu in a certain way, and not just basically let things just. We got to set some standards with service, with that whole modification thing. Right now it's difficult the way the menu is. I get it, but it's not a good look, for at least for me. Maybe I'll go out of it, I don't know, after more conversation. I don't know. All right, so we got a couple of questions comments actually. So I still don't understand how they claim anywhere 3% inflation, nothing is down, nothing. A rude awakening is coming. Yes. And this is, a response to, I mentioned a little bit about the inflation in my last video. For those that didn't see it, I don't know. I think it was a good talking points or a good conversation video. Yes, and I agree. And I don't agree just to agree, because I've been saying this forever. I think it's going to take a couple of years. It's just, things are just not the way they should be right now, and it's going to take a while. And I think it's going to be hard, and there's going to probably be a couple things that are going to shut down. It's not going to be fun for certain people. So I agree. Another question: now is a great time for food truck business. You can move it around to all the popular areas and don't pay any rent. It's a good idea. I'm going to say one thing. I don't want to bust your bubble, but you do got to pay rent. Depending on what state you are, they have different regulations. You either got to pay rent to food truck organization. Some places you just gotta pay rent for the locations that you pick, and some places you can't. Like you gotta have your license that you pay for, and then you gotta pay rent if you pick certain locations. So yeah, there is rent. Yes, it's cheaper than a brick and mortar, so you make a point in there. But rent depends where you are. There is some type of rent that you're paying. That's the only thing. But yes, it is a lot cheaper, and that's like that is definitely where you get a break having a food truck. And if you are interested, let me know. I do have one of my cooks from my old restaurant that I trained currently opened up a food truck. He's in Texas. If anybody is interested, he actually has a lot of my recipes over there. Great guy. I trained him up, and during COVID, he ended up moving from Philadelphia to Texas, opened up his food truck. Over the phone, I just gave him any recipe he needed. And he makes, if it's my recipes, I think the food is good over there. He got good reviews for this food truck. But yeah, it's difficult. It's just a difficult time to open up a business. I wish him well. I speak to him at least a couple of times a month. It's tough. It's tough going into a business that you don't have any experience, different rules, different guidelines, different context, a whole different state. Is not easy. And another one is the world has changed. People would rather stay home and order food unless I'm on vacation. Family style prefix for delivery only, fast food only. Go in the busy restaurants and ask questions. Well, thank you. The world has changed. I agree 100%. The world has changed. I've been saying it for the last couple of years, and now that I'm out of my bubble and I'm getting back into the normal, or everybody else's bubble, or the that have restaurants and stuff, it's not good. I speak to a couple of people. I do. I tell you this all the time. I speak to a couple of people. I don't take what I see for like that's what it is. I ask questions, and people are telling me, people that are helping out hotels at their restaurants there. It's just a lot of stuff that is just, it's not good. It's just not looking good for this business. It's just not looking good. Leave your comments below. Subscribe if you haven't. I made this video a little bit longer than I wanted to. I even forgot a couple of stuff that I wanted to talk about. I will talk about it in another video. Peace. Be safe later.